Namaste friends, welcome back to my channel. Friends, I have shown you so many bezels in my previous videos with peyote stitch, with pondo stitch, and in this video I'm going to show the 12 Rivoli crystal bezel with right angle weave stitch. You can see the side of this bezel, and this is the front and the back. So in this video we are going to bezel a 12 Rivoli crystal with this right angle weave stitch. So friends, let us see what all material do we need to bezel our 12 Rivoli crystal. Friends, for bezeling our 12 Rivoli crystal, I'm going to use this Rivoli crystal in topaz color. This is in size 12 Then I'm using these 11 O's. These are Milky Opaque Luster Cobalt 11 O's. And these are again 11 O's. These are Milky Duracoat Galvanized Champagne 11 O's. And then I'm using these 15 O's. These are Milky Duracoat Galvanized Champagne 15 O's. Here I'll be using Milky thread and size 12 beading needle. So let's get started. Friends, for bezeling our 12 Rivoli crystal with right angle weave stitch, we are going to pick 4 11 O seed beads. Here I am using these 11 O's. These are Milky 11 O's and these are in color Opaque Luster Cobalt. So here I have picked up these 4 11 O's and I am bringing these down towards the end of my thread. And now I'm going to tie a double knot like this. So this is our first row component, and I'm going to pass through all these 4 11 O's and just pull in the tail in between these 4 11 O's. Very gently like this and into this first 11 O. So after passing through all these 4 11 O's, this is the look of our first right angle weave component. And now I'm going to pick up 3 11 O's, as I already have the fourth one here through which I'm exiting right now, and you can see I'm using the tail to hold my component like this. And now after picking up these 3 11 O's, I'm going to pass through the same 11 O through which I'm exiting right now like this, making a circle with these 4 11 O's, moving up into this 11 O, into the 11 O on the top here like this. Going to pass through all these 4 11 O's once again into the bottom one, up through this one and into the one on the top. So you can see we have 2 right angle weave component. Now again I'm picking up 3 11 O's, as this is the fourth one through which I'm exiting right now, and I'm going to pass through the same 11 O from the opposite side like this and make a circle with these 4 11 O's, and I'm going to pass through all these 4 11 O's once again. into this one, the fourth one, up through this 11 row and into the one at the top. So here you can see I have added 1, 2, 3 components, and now I'm going to add my fourth raw component in the same way. So again I'm picking up 3 11 O's and passing through the one through which I'm exiting right now, like this. Again passing through all these 4 11 O's, once again, like this, up through this 11 O and into the one which is on the top. So here you can see I have made a chain with 1, 2, 3 and 4 right angle weave components. And for bezeling our 12 Rivoli crystal, we need a chain of 13 right angle weave components. And the 14th would be the one which would join the two ends of this chain together. So I have made 1, 2, 3, 4 components in this chain. I'll be making 9 more and come back. So here you can see I have completed my chain with 13 raw components. Let us count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. And now I'm going to join the two ends of this chain. But before this, I'm going to cut this tail off. And now I'm going to join these two ends together very carefully, like this. I have brought the two beads at both the ends together, and now as I'm exiting through this 11 O, for this 14th component you can see we have 1, 2 11 O's already, so we have to add 2 more, one at the top and one at the bottom. So again I'm picking up 1 11 O and I'm going to pass through this next 11 O, the second one on the other end, like this. Now picking up 1 11 O and passing through the first one, like this. So we have made our 14th right angle wave component. I'm passing through all these 4 11 O's just to reinforce and give a nice shape to our component, and now stepping up into the 11 O that I have added on the top, and you can see that we have made a ring like this. And now here I'm exiting through this 11 O on the top. Now we are going to make one more right angle weave stitch ring on the top of this one. This is the base for our bezel case, and this is the reason why I have passed through all these components twice. You must have noticed that I have passed through all the components twice, and you can see the finish that we have got. Now I'm going to add one more layer of these right angle weave components on the top of this base chain. So I'm going to pass through all these 11 O's only once, but at the base we need to pass through all these 11 O's twice just to get a nice base, you can see. And now I'm going to add the chain on the top. So as I'm exiting through this 11 O, so this is my first 11 O for my raw component. So I'm going to pick up only 3 more and pass through this 11 O like this. So we have added our right angle weave component on the top of the base one, and now we have to keep our thread nice and tight here, and I'm stepping up into this 11O like this. And now we have to add our next row component on the top of this component. As we know, we need 4 11Os. We already have 1, 2 11Os. So I'm going to pick up 2 more and make a circle like this. So I'm picking up 2 11Os and I'm going to pass through this 11O like this, stepping up into this one. So we have added another component on the top of the second one. Now we are going to make our third raw component on the top of this third base component. So here again we have 2 11Os and we are going down in the opposite direction like this. So these are 2 11Os we already have, and we are going to add 2 more and we are going to make a circle in this direction. So picking up 2 11Os and passing through these 2 11Os like this, again making a circle with these 4 11Os, stepping up like this. Now we are going to make the fourth component on this fourth row component. Again we have 1, 2 11Os. I'm going to pick up 2 more and I'll be making a circle in this direction. So I'm passing through this 11O like this and into the 11O on the side like this. So here we have made another raw component, that is the fourth one, and into this 11O, and now down through these 2 11Os. I'm going to make the fifth raw component. So I already have these 2 11Os. I'm picking up 2 more and I'm going to pass through these 11Os from the opposite direction like this and make our right angle weave component like this, stepping up into this 11O. So we have made 5 components on the top of the base one. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and every time once we are going to move this in this direction, the next one we are going to move in the opposite direction, again in this direction and then in this direction, and in this way we are going to add these raw components on the top of the base chain till this last 11O. I'll be adding these raw components and come back. So here I have added all my raw components and now I have reached the last one. And for this I'm stepping up into the 11O like this. Now for this last raw component, you can see we have 1, 2, 3 11Os. This first 11O from the first component that we have added on the top here, second 11O from the base component, and third that we have just added here, the last one that we have just added here. So we have 3 11Os. So we are going to add only one more for our last raw component on the top, and I'm going to pass through all these 3 11Os like this. So we have completed our chain and I'm stepping up into this top 11 row. So you can see the look throughout our bezel ring. So this is the look, and now as I'm exiting through this top 11 row, now I'm going to pick up one 15 champagne and pass through this next 11 on the top here. Again picking up one 15 champagne and passing through the second 11, picking up third 15 champagne, passing through the next 11, fourth 15 champagne and into the next 11, fifth 15 champagne and into the next 11. So here you can see I'm just adding 15 O's in between the 11 O's that we have added on the top here, and I'll be doing this all through this round. You know that we have added 14 components in our chain, so we need to add 14 15 O's on the top here. I have added 1 2 3 4 and 5 15 O's. I'll be adding rest of the 15 O's and come back. So here I have added 13 15 O's. Let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. I'm going to add my last 15 O now. That is the 14th one. It's better to keep counting your 15 O's or 11 O's that you are adding on the top. For our beginner friends, it's better to keep counting our 15 O's or 11 O's, whichever we are adding, so that we may not go wrong or we may not skip any bead. Otherwise, we will have to redo the whole thing again. So it's better to keep counting our beads. Once you master the technique, you need not count it in the advanced stage, but at the beginning, it's better to keep counting the 15 O's. And here I have just shown you that we just counted our 15 O's. I added 13 and just added the 14th one here. And now after adding the 14th 15 O's, 14th 15 O, I have stepped up into the first 15 O that I added in this round. And now again I'm picking up one 15 O and I'm going to pass through the next 15 O like this. So this is my first 15 of this round. Again, I am picking up one 15 and passing through the next 15. So my second 15 here, picking up third 15. So here I have added three 15's. Now my fourth 15 into the next 15. So here I have added four 15's, adding my fifth 15 like this. So here you can see on the top I have added 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 15 O's, and I'll be adding these 15 O's all through this round. So on the top again I have added total 13 15 O's. Let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. And now I'm adding my last, that is the 14th 15 O. Like this. So here I have added all my 14 15 O's and stepping up into the first 15 O that I added in this round. So you can see the look from the top of the bezel case, and now I'm going to place my Rivoli into the case like this. So I placed the Rivoli into the case, and this is the look from the front. And now, after placing the Rivoli, I would be going towards the back side, and here, as I've stepped up into the first 15 that I added, I will go down through this next 15 into the 11, down through this 11 into this 11, into the 11 and into this 11. So we have reached the back side of our bezel case. So I have reached the back of the bezel case, and right now I'm exiting through this 11 cobalt, and now I'm picking up one 11 champagne, and I'm going to pass through this next 11 cobalt, again picking up one 11 champagne and passing through the next 11 cobalt, picking up one 11 champagne, passing through the next 11 cobalt, again picking up one 11 champagne and passing through this next 11 cobalt. And here I'll be adding these 11 champagne all through this round. So friends, here I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13 11 champagne, and I'm adding my last one, that is the 14th 11 and I have stepped up into the first one. You can see I have stepped up into the first 11 champagne, and now after stepping up into this 11 champagne, I have picked up one 15 champagne, and I'm going to pass through the next 11 champagne, picking up one 15 and passing through the next 11. So this is my second 15 that I have just added. Again picking up one 15 champagne into the next 11 champagne, picking up one 15 champagne into the next 11 champagne, again picking up one 15 champagne into the next 11 champagne. So this way you can see I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 15s, and I'll be adding rest of the 15s all through this round. Now here I have added 13 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13, and now I'm going to add my 14th 15, that is the last one of this round, like this, stepping up into the first 15 that I have added in this round. After completing this round, this is the look, and now I'm going to pick up one 11 cobalt and pass through the next two 15s together. You can see I'm passing through the next two 15s together. It means that I'm skipping the bead in between. I have skipped this bead here. Now again picking up one 11 cobalt, and I'm going to pass through the next two 15s together. You can see this. So I have added second 11, again picking up my third 11, and I'm going to pass through the next two 15s together. Here I have added third 11, now my fourth 11, and into the next two 15s together. Now picking up my fifth 11 and into the next pair of 15s together, sixth 11 into the next pair of 15s, and seventh 11 and into the next pair of 15 O's like this. So we have added 7 11 O's, and I'm stepping up into the first 11 O that I have added in this round. Now picking up my 11 O champagne, and I'm going to pass through this next 11 O cobalt, again 11 O champagne into the next 11 O cobalt, 11 O champagne into the next 11 O cobalt. And in this round, as we have started adding 7, we have half the number of beads here, as we are going to close the bezel case. Now we are going to add only 7 11 O champagne. I have added 3. I'll be adding 4 more and come back. So here I have added 1 2 3 4 5 6 11 O champagne. I'm adding my last, that is the 7th 11 O champagne, like this. After completing this round, you can see the look, and I'm stepping up into the first 11 O champagne that I have added in this round. Keep your thread nice and tight here. And now I'm going to add my 15 O's. So I'm picking up one 15 O champagne and into this next 11 O champagne, second 15 O champagne, into the next 11 O champagne, adding my third 15 O champagne, fourth 15 O, fifth 15 O, sixth 15 O, and my seventh 15 O champagne, that is the last 15 O of this round. So you can see the look after completing this round, and I'm stepping up into the first 15 O of this round, and I'm going to pass through all these 15 O's without adding any bead. Now I'm just passing through all these 15 O's that I have just added in this round, and I'm not adding any bead. We are just closing our bezel case. So here I'm just closing the bezel case by bringing these 15 O's closer, and I'm going to take 2 passes through all these 15 O's, keeping my thread nice and tight. Here, whenever we bezel this 12 mm Rivoli crystal, we just don't get enough space to close it completely. You can see my Rivoli is popping out from the back. As we have 7 beads at the end, we can't just half these beads, so we cannot close it completely. So just a little bit of Rivoli keep popping out from the back here. So again, I'm passing through these 50 notes. Like this. So here I have closed my bezel case, and now I'm stepping up into this 11O. Into this 11O, and I'm going to tie a knot between these 11O and 15O here, like this. One more knot. and into a couple of beads. And here I'm going to cut my thread off like this. So here you can see we have completed our bezel with right angle weave stitch. You can see the look from the front and from the back. So this is our Rivoli bezel with right angle weave stitch. You can use this as earring or as a base for any bigger pendant or bigger earring, and I'll be showing you how to use this bezel for your earrings, for bigger earrings, studs and pendants. So friends, if you like my design and my tutorials, please do subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you may get notified when I upload my next video. Thank you and namaste.